So in the last class, we discussed the definition of Riemann integral, right? Definition of Riemann integral. So we just quickly recall the definition. Okay, we consider a function, okay, which is bounded. Okay, we take an arbitrary partition of a comma b, right? At each subinterval xk minus 1 comma xk, we define two numbers. Supreme of f of x is capital Mk, infimum of f of x is small mk, right? Infimum of f of x, small mk. And then we define UPF is upper sum, right? This is summation mk xk minus 1. Upper sum upper sum of f, right? Upper sum of f, okay, corresponding to the partition. And we define lower sum LPF, right? Lower sum of f for the partition. So lower sum of f for the partition P, right? So for every partition you can define upper sum and lower sum. So usually as P goes finer and finer, okay, usually, okay, P becomes, the partition becomes finer, that UPF is decreasing and the LPF is will increase, right? So then the upper integral of f is the infimum of UPF, and the lower integral of f is supremum of LPF, right? And if both upper and lower integrals are same, f is called Riemann integrable, and we say that f belongs to R of A, that R of A comma B represents, okay, this is the class of all Riemann integrable functions, right? This is a set of all Riemann integrable functions. Set of all Riemann integrable functions on A comma B. Right? Example of Riemann integrable function is so first one is a constant function. Constant function is Riemann integrable. Second, any continuous function is Riemann integrable, right? Any continuous function is Riemann integrable. Third, constant function on any interval, right? This is a continuous function on any interval A comma B, closed interval A comma B. And any continuous function, okay, is a Riemann integrable. A function f on A comma B, okay, which is discontinuous, at finitely many points. Is integrable, right? Is integrable. Okay, and the value of integral is the value of integral, the integral, okay, over A comma B is the common value. It's the common value. Integral upper integral f dx equal to lower integral f dx, right? And the common value is denoted by f dx a to b, okay? And in this measure theory course we are going to define The fourth, okay, we are going to prove that any function, bounded function, right? Any bounded function on a comma b, okay, which is discontinuous. So discontinuous at countably many points. Is Riemann integrable, right? So we will use this, we will prove this using measure theory concepts. Measure theory concepts, right? Okay. So one more special, special for me example is, so first we define what is that example, step function. What is that step function? Step function is Riemann integrable. Step function on a comma b is Riemann integrable. So what is that step function? The function is constant on subinterval, right? Suppose this is a piecewise constant function, right? Piecewise, we say that piecewise constant function. Okay, so piecewise constant function அப்படினா என்ன? Okay, in the picture we take the interval a comma b, right? Okay, the constant function is nothing but it's constant throughout the interval, right? It will be like this, right? The graph is a horizontal line, right? Constant function. So what do you mean by piecewise constant function? It is like this, right? So it is constant on interval. You look at this subinterval x0 comma x1. This is point is x0, this is x1. In this subinterval x0 comma x1, the function constant. x1 comma x2 also function constant. x2 to x3 function constant. x3 to x4 function constant. Then from x4 to x5 the function constant, right? So there are only 5 values for this example, right? Where if I assume alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4, alpha 5, right? So what is the range of this function? Range of this function is, I take this as S, right? Otherwise range of S. Step function is notation, usually I put S. Range of S is alpha 1, alpha 2, etc., alpha 3, alpha 4 and alpha 5. Okay, so it's a finite valued function, right? Step function is first finite valued function. One more condition on this finite valued function is what is the inverse image of each value alpha 1? S inverse of alpha I. It's nothing but, in this example, x I minus 1 comma xi. For example, you take open here. Okay, here you take here open here. Okay, that means what? If I take the value x1, okay, its value is alpha 3, but x3 the value is alpha 4, right? Okay, its value is alpha 4, like that. But every value, for every number x less than for every number x less than, for every number x less than x3, right, s of x value is alpha 2. From the point x3 to x4 the value is alpha 4, like that we choose, right? We choose this function like this. Otherwise, if we close this x3 with alpha 3, then we have to open here, right, to have a well-defined function, right? And for the last one, we take this closed one. That's my definition, right? So my s of x is the following. S of x. So first I have to fix the partition, right? Suppose we take x0, x1, x2, etc. xn equal to b be a partition of a comma b. Right? So we define s of x equal to alpha I when x belongs to xi minus 1 comma xi close to for I from 1 to 3 up to n minus 1. For x in xn minus 1 comma xn, right, I take alpha n, that is my function. Okay, my step function. Step function is nothing but, in general, this is an example of step function. Step function is like this. The inverse image of the single value is going to be interval, right? That is called a step function. Okay. So that is a general definition for a step function. Step function and Burida, right? This function is discontinuous at only x0, x1, x3, x4, right? So this function at other points the function is continuous. So okay, according to the example 3, the function which is discontinuous only at finitely many points. Okay, this is integrable. So these step functions are integrable. Step functions. Okay, step functions are integrable. Okay, here my special step function is this, right, as in the picture. Okay, whose graph is the picture. Okay, it's an example. And what is the Riemann integrability criteria? So criteria for Riemann integral. Criterion for Riemann integral. Riemann integrable is this. A function is Riemann integrable if and only if, so given epsilon greater than 0, there is a partition P of A comma B such that UPF minus LPF is less than epsilon. So you can use this criteria to prove the following example. Sorry, monitor. Suppose we define f of x equal to 0 when x is rational, irrational. And I define the function from 0, 1 to r. And when x is rational, then we write this rational as a p by q, right? And p and q are integers. Okay. We have any common value with numerator and denominator, cancel them. Then the GCD between p q is 1. Then here 1 by q is the value of f. Okay, this function is usually called a popcorn function. This f is called popcorn function. Okay, so we can prove this function is prove that this function is Riemann integrable by using the above criteria, right? So one can prove that f is Riemann integrable using the criterion. Okay, so I leave it as exercise Okay, submit this as assignment. Prove that this popcorn function is Riemann integrable. And also we try to prove one more analysis result, that f is continuous at irrationals and discontinuous at rationals, right? So keep in mind that this function f of f is defined on 0, 1. Okay, so we can do this. First one is this, the second one you can use the general basic reanalysis ideas and properties of real line. We can prove that f is continuous at irrational, discontinuous at rational. Okay. Okay, in the example ரொம்ப important. Yeah. Discontinuous at countably many points. Still the function is Riemann integrable. Okay. So now we'll find out the integral value of step function. So consider the step function. So step function s of x equal to step function s from 0, 1 to r defined by, so s of x equal to, only I am going to choose only 3 values. One is 1 and take 3, here 1, 2. Okay, the value of s is 1 when x belongs to 0, 1 by 3 open. Then 1 by 3 to 1 by 3 to 3 by 4, the value is 3. From 3 by 4 to 1, value is 3. So its graph is like this. The graph of this step function is, this is 0, this is 1, this is 1, 0, and this point is 1 by 3, this point 3 by 4, right? So from here 1, from 0 to 1 by 3, it is 1, from that it is 3, and here 2. Here which includes 0, here open 1 by 3. The value of 1 by 3 is 3, but the value of 3 by 4 is 2, right? This is 1, this point is 2, this point is 3. Here open, here it is closed. This is the graph of, I put this open symbol because that line does not touch this vertical line, this vertical line, right? Like that. Okay, it does not touch this line, vertical line. Now what is the meaning of integral from 0 to 1? What's the meaning of integral from 0 to 1 s dx? It's a area under the graph, right? Area under the graph. Area between the graph and x-axis. Area between, okay, the region, area of the region between, area of the region between x-axis and the graph of f. Okay, this is geometric meaning when s is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so when, okay, you must okay, see this note, when f is a non-negative function, then integral a to b f dx is the area of of the region, so between x-axis and the graph of f, right, like this. If in function is this, okay, area of this region, right. When function is not a non-negative function, then we will have different meaning for that, right. We will see later. Then what is the integral value, upper sum and lower sum for this function? The function graph is this, right. So the integral value is area and between x-axis and the graph, right. But from the picture we can evaluate the area easily, right. That is the sum of areas of these rectangles, right. So what is that first value? Height is 1, breadth is 1 by 3. Here height is 3, so breadth is 3 by 4 minus 1 by 3, right. What's that value? 3 by 4 minus 1 by 3, right. What is that? 5 by 3, right. 5 by 12, okay, and this is 1 by 4. What's the total? 1 by 3 plus 5 by 12 plus 3 by 4. So what is the total? Here 4 plus 5 plus 3. What is that? This is 1. So total length is 1, right. So the values are correct. This is 5 by 12. This height is 2, right. So the area of this rectangle, sum of areas of the rectangle is the following, right. Geometrically finding the integral value, integral 0 to 1 s dx is 1 into 1 by 3 plus 3 into 5 by 12 plus 2 into 1 by 4, right. So calculated value 1 by 3 plus 15 by 12 plus 2 by 4, okay. So the value is, what is that value? 4, 19 into 12, sorry, into 6, 25. Right? This is the area of integral value of s dx, right. So I am going to use one property to find the area using the integral, otherwise we can fix a partition, then you find out the values, right. Suppose I take the partition which okay, 1 by 3 and 3 by 4 as a partition point, then you can have partitions like this, right, like this, right. So you can evaluate this value. So upper sum value, lower sum value can be calculated. So other point is left as exercise. We consider a partition, right, xi comma 1 by 3, this is xi minus 1, xi minus 1 here, comma xi plus 1, etc., xj minus 1, xj is 3 by 4, xj plus 1 and so on, xn equal to b, right. So we choose a partition containing 1 by 3 and 3 by 4 as a partition points. Then when you find this LPF and UPF, you will get the same value, right. You check this, right, check this, right. Before 1 by 3 supremum is 1 After 1 by 3, before 3 by 4 supremum is 3, and after 3 by 4 supremum will be 2. The same thing works for infimum. Infimum also 1, here infimum 3, infimum 2. So this value comes. Right? Once for a particular partition UPF, LPF is the same, then upper integral will be same as lower integral. This also can be checked. Right? Therefore, F is yes, not F here, the here is yes. S is Riemann integral. S is Riemann integral. Okay, here also I tell you one note. If UPF equal to LPF for some partition of A comma B, then right, F is Riemann integral. Okay. Okay, so I will write the general integral value of step function. So for the step function, in this note we write one more thing, that Riemann integrable, and the integral value is f dx is this common value UPF LPF. Right? So for some function UPF value equal to LPF value, then function is Riemann integrable. The integral value is the upper sum or the lower sum, because both are same. Okay. And second thing, that if S is a step function, with the values alpha 1, alpha 2, etc., alpha n, right? And suppose what is the inverse of alpha I? This is going to be an interval, right? I write alpha k is going to be ik. That's the meaning of inverse image of single point is going to be the interval, right? On some interval the function is constant. Then we know that S is a step function, so it is Riemann integrable, whose integral value is nothing but okay LPF. Okay, P is a partition containing n points of all intervals of k, all the intervals ik, right? K from 1 to 3 etc. right? So the alpha யோட inverse image பார்க்குறோம் இல்லையா, அந்த இன்டர்வலோட end points எல்லாமே இந்த partition point இருக்கும் பட்சத்தில் இது வந்து right, இந்த integral value வந்து அந்த partitionோட upper sum இருக்கும். ஓகே, ரைட்? முன்னாடி அப்படி தான் நான் டிசைட் பண்ணேன். பார்ட்டிஷன் எடுத்துட்டா அதில் 1/3 3/4 இருக்கும்போது அந்த அப்பர் சம் லோயர் சம் சேம் செக் பண்ண சொல்லியிருக்கு. இதெல்லாம் செக் பண்ணிட்டு ஓகே. சப்போஸ் நான் ஒரு பார்ட்டிஷன் எடுத்தேன்னா யூ கேன் டிஃபைன் ஸ்டெப் ஃபங்க்ஷன், அந்த பார்ட்டிஷனோட அப்பர் சம் அந்த ஸ்டெப் ஃபங்க்ஷனுக்கு இன்டெக்ரல் வேல்யூ ஆகும். அதுதான் அதர் வே ஆல்சோ, ரைட்? Note. So let P be a partition of P equal to x0, x1, etc. xn be a partition of a comma b, then define the step function, right? sp, I am going to take this as sp, or you take simply s, such that s of x equal to, right, some alpha k, right, when x belongs to xk minus 1 comma xk for some number k from 1 to 3 etc. n minus 1, then alpha n x belongs to xn minus 1 comma x. Then clearly this s is step function because inverse image is alpha k. Okay, inverse image of s for particular number alpha k is xk minus 1 comma xk. The case of alpha n, x n minus 1 close to xn. So integral of s dx is right. Then the following, what is that? Alpha 1 xk minus 1, that is alpha 1 xk minus 1, that is alpha k, summation k from 1 to n. This is what our upper sum or lower sum, both are same here for this question. Yes. Right? So this is an example of a function which is not integrable. Okay, not Riemann integral. So the example is a Dirichlet discontinuous function. Dirichlet discontinuous function. The function எப்படி define பண்ணனும்? I can define it from 0, 1 into r by the following. This is 0 when x is irrational. One when x is rational. Otherwise I take this as rational and this is irrational. Right? So for this function is clearly bounded because it has only two values, range is finite, and if we try to calculate the upper sum and the lower sum for any partition. So we consider a partition x0, x1, etc., xn. Right? Then, so for each subinterval xk minus 1 comma xk, right? What is the supremum of f of x? Supremum of f of x on this subinterval. Infimum of f of x. This supremum is 1, infimum 0. Okay, this interval contains infinitely many rationals and irrationals. Okay, for the rationals the value is 0, for irrationals the value is 1. Right, so supremum is 1, here infimum is 0. Right, every interval contains every non-empty interval contains, okay, this kind of word. Here I have chosen xk minus 1 less than xk, less than xk. Here mk, so supremum of f of x, that is 1. Okay, this interval contains rationals and irrationals, that is the reason. Irrationals and irrationals. Okay, so when we calculate upper sum, this is true for any k from 1 to 3 etc. up to n. Okay, the mk is the value common. Okay, one in common, one time xk minus xk minus 1. Okay, this value is going to be b minus a, right? Here b minus a is 1. Function is defined on 0 comma 1. So this is 1. What about the lower sum? Each term contains 0, right? Summation k from 1 to n. 0 xk minus x k minus 1. This is 0. So for any partition, upper sum is 1, lower sum is 0. So we calculate the upper integral. This is the infimum of UPF. This is 1. Calculate the lower integral. This is supremum of LPF. That is 0. Therefore upper integral is not equal to lower integral. Therefore f is not Riemann integral. Okay. So in the case of Riemann integration, we partition the domain, okay, without considering the value of f, right? Suppose my function is this. Function graph is like this, right? Okay, without considering its values of f. So without considering the value of f, we simply partition the domain, right? How the value changes as x moves, it doesn't matter for us. So this is the main drawback in the case of Riemann integration. So in while calculating Riemann integration, right? So we partition the domain a comma b. Okay, so without any consideration of the values of f. We simply take the partition, right, and we try to approximate the graph value by rectangle. That means now we'll give some examples, okay, at which the Riemann integration fails to work, right? So first we consider the following example. First example, okay, suppose we have a sequence of Riemann integrable functions, okay, and this fn converges to f, but this f need not be Riemann integrable. Okay, you can have example of a sequence, okay, converge to a function. The limit function is not Riemann integrable. Okay, what is that example? We define like this. We take Q star is the set of all rationals in 0 comma 1. Consider all rationals in 0 comma 1, and we list out these numbers R1, R2, etc., R and so on. Okay, this is the enumeration of rationals in 0 comma 1, right? And we define a sequence of function f of fn of x such that 0 when x is any one of the number r1, r2, etc., rn, 1 otherwise. Right? This fn is defined from 0 comma 1 to r. We define like this. Now what is the limit of fn? So fn converges to f. Okay, this f of x is nothing but 0 when x is rational in Q star 1 or less, right? This function fn is okay continuous when x is not any one of the number r1, r2, rn, or at these points fn is discontinuous. So this function is discontinuous only at finitely many points. So fn is Riemann integrable. So by the previous example, f is not a Riemann integrable, right? Sometimes limit of a sequence of Riemann integral functions need not be Riemann integral.